All right, hello everybody. We are in Da Nang, Vietnam. This is Soon Media, and we have a special guest here today. Someone who embodies discipline, mindfulness, and the power of consistent action. So, he's the author of The 5 a.m. Message, a 365-day journey, an entrepreneur, and a dedicated teacher. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me here, Kai. Hello to everyone. It's a little bit weird today because, usually I'm a host.
Yes.
As you know, like I have my campaigns of interview and things like that. But today is the different role. I'm a guest right now. But then it's a wonderful feeling.
So that's the first thing we're going to get into. Let's start with something simple. Who is Tommy English?
Okay. Actually, Tommy English is my second business. I founded it myself, actually, after the COVID. And my first English center was not Tom English. My first English center was Joy English.
Joy English?
Joy, yeah.
Wow.
J-O-I, actually.
Oh, okay,
it's also like you can
joy.
think it as joy, right? But then COVID hit, it's been tough with the restrictions, with the lockdown, and then we were forced to close the business after 2 years of operating the Joy English Center. And most people were afraid of COVID, but I saw it as an opportunity for me to keep learning and keep growing as an educator. Then it was hard at first, but then I made it. I try to go further than that. I try to learn how to teach online effectively. And that is where Tom English began.
Okay.
Right now I've been running Tom English for 3 years. And right now we are doing online with a group of 40 members,
40
including
members.
the sales team, the academic team, and the marketing team.
So you have a whole system under you.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
Talented, young, and full of creativity members.
And that's what we like to talk about as well, because it's like your story begins with you going through adversity, but then turning that into something virtuous.
Exactly.
And that's an amazing thing. That's part of what we're doing here with Soon Media, is just showing that anything is possible, and even in a country that we've never been in, like first time we meet each other by chance, bring everything together, and now look, we're having podcasts, meeting beautiful people like yourself, and making things happen.
The only limit is your mind.
Yes.
So if you think nothing is impossible, you're gonna get it work. You're gonna get it right.
Exactly.
So.
That's like how we met. Like the first podcast we ever had. I'm sure you'll see that some point in time, but was on the beach, and it was after. How many people did you ask and get no's?
5 actually that day. I got all rejections. Like not a day. I was busy. Get away from me.
And that's how people usually are. Yeah. I tried that as well. I stopped the first day because I was like, this is a lot of no's. But you persevered, and you came to me even though after so many no's, you were like, I don't know if I want to do this. But you pulled through, and then we had a great conversation, and now look, we're here.
We never know what life will offer.
Yes.
Right? But
Facts.
that's
Very,
a wonderful
very big
opportunity.
Facts. Okay, so you've got an interesting background, native Vietnamese speaker, fluent in English, an entrepreneur, an author. How did the journey unfold from, let's say, college days? That's the time where we don't really know what we're gonna do. We're trying to figure out life and all that, to now you have this whole system under you.
Actually, I was not from a very rich family.
My
parents had to, suffer a lot to send us to the university. Understanding that, I tried even harder. So back then, when I was a child, I was born in university, and growing up just only speaking Vietnamese, I always felt embarrassed in front of my peers, who had better educational opportunity, better chances to grow. And understanding that I tried even harder. Most of my friends spent their free time, hanging out, playing games, but not for me. I dedicated mine to studying, and my dedication actually paid off. I ranked first always in my 12th grades from primary, secondary, and high school.
High achiever.
Yep. And I got accepted to two well-known universities at that time in Da Nang University of Economics and Da Nang Foreign Language University. But then, despite my successful academic field, I still lacked of confidence when it comes to English. It wasn't until I met my first English teacher, Miss Amy. She's currently my partner, actually.
Oh, wow.
I used to be her student, but right now we are cooperating for some sort of business, actually.
Yeah. Wow.
And I understand that learning English is not that complicated like other people may think. I think the most important thing is the courage to speak out. So I was from the zero background, so I understand the challenges that beginners may face. That is the reason why I'm so passionate about helping or spreading my energy, my experience, and my tips to the people like me. So we are in the team of young and talented educator, and right now our mission at Tom English is to awaken the love of English among Vietnamese learners, and our vision is to be a leading English community where everyone feels free to be themselves, where they come to Tom English. They not just work for money, but then we see Tom English as a second family where we can grow together, where we can get better together. So as you can see at Tom English, right now there are no limits, right? People come to work with high energy and full of creativity. We try together and we get better together. And I understand that with only me, I wouldn't have come this far. I'm so grateful for the team, actually.
And that's what we are doing here. I mean, honestly, we've seen how it is doing things by ourselves. And again, we've all been through our own adversities, our own shortcomings, things that are trying to stop our blessings. At least that's what it seems. And then those doors start opening. You start meeting the right people. You start, collaborating, bringing ideas together, and that's a beautiful thing. Going from your English teacher, then becoming a part of your business, then that leading into you building just a whole community underneath you that you can grow together. And that's what we want to embody. It's not only can we create things together, not only can we learn together, but we can also grow, build financially together. So that's the thing we want to just tell people, even if there is a language barrier, even if you're a little nervous, you're in a foreign country, maybe there's a little blockade there. Still try it. Have the courage to just go talk to that person. Go make that connection. You never know.
You never know. You never know. Right.
Okay, so if someone met you for the first time, what's the one thing you'd want them to understand about you?
Okay. That's a pretty tough question. But I would say I'm a pretty straightforward person. If I like something, I'll tell you that I love that. But if I don't like something, I'll tell you that I don't like it in the way of giving constructive feedback. And also, I have an ability to make people around me feel comfortable talking to me, because I think that positivity is contagious. And if you're happy, if you're positive, the people around you will have the same energy, the same vibe. So I always try to stay happy. That's the reason why a lot of people talking to me, even my colleagues or my students, they ask me the same question. Hey, Tommy, why you always keep smiling? You never had stress in life, Tommy? I do have stress in life, but I don't want to spread that negativity to the people around me, right? They don't deserve that.
So it's the vibration that you give off is what you will receive.
Exactly.
And I see that in a lot of the stuff that you do. Even when we went on our trip to the mountain, it's these little things that you would never think turn into something like a deep friendship, all that stuff like that. It happens because of the vibration.
Exactly.
Like, we have a conversation one time for an hour, and then that spawns into so many different things. Then other people start seeing us speak about the things that we're speaking about, and then they want to be involved.
Yeah.
They want to know, wow, why are these two people so happy talking about things on the beach and in this nice studio setup? Like that's the idea, is trying to make sure that whatever you're doing in whatever profession, you are spreading a good vibe, because other people will respond to that and want to be a part of what you're doing. So would you say that's pretty much the thing that somebody would need to know about you, is that they're gonna get a good vibe?
That's what I can describe about myself.
Okay, cool. All right, so you started your own business. What was the moment that pushed you to take the leap of going into the business? Like even the first one, like you said, you built it up, you had to shut it down, but you know, a lot of people are scared to even jump into something where they're the person, you know, managing the whole thing, like setting up everything. How did you jump into that?
Yep. First of all, as I mentioned before, I got a zero background in English.
Yes.
So I understand, people's difficulties and challenges in terms of learning something new, learning a new language. And I am not a naturally fast learner, or I don't have any special talent in languages actually. But this is an example to show people that you don't need to be gifted. You don't need to be so special to, master a language. All you need is discipline.
Yeah.
And consistency. That's the whole thing that you need. And also to start the business, it was hard at first. Everything was hard at first, for sure. But then I made it through. I didn't stop when facing adversity and challenges and problems. And I understand that we need to have the vision first for what we do. That's
in
why.
the mind.
Exactly. We need to know the purpose of what we're doing, so that we can stick to that.
That's like your why. Like,
Exactly. I got this line from my favorite book, Start With Why. If you have heard about Simon Sinek, it's my favorite author.
Simon Sinek. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he introduces the golden circle with what, how, and why from the outside in. Right? A lot of businesses, they focus on their what, their services, their products, maybe their unique selling points. While others also focus on their how you do the thing, how you do what you do, your operations, your procedures, your processes. But only few actually understand their why. I'm not talking about, money or profit, because everyone wants money at the end.
Yeah, of course.
Right? But then that should be the outcome. That should be the result. It shouldn't be your why. If it's your why, you're not gonna go far. So it's a tool to help you achieve what you want, right? Achieve your why. So your why should be the reason that you wake up every day. Your why is the reason your business exists. Right?
I assume that's what's motivating you to get up at 4:30, 4:20 in the morning, which is quite early. But when you have that motivation of, I have this core fire that's pushing me to do this every single day, you're gonna jump up. And have that routine. But you gotta stick to that actually. Yes, that's the hard part. The consistency and persistence. That's the one thing. Because like you were saying, I like how you touched on the fact that like you weren't in, if somebody put up I have all these skills, these talents. Tommy wasn't the best person to be the teacher of English. Like he didn't have all the talents of English, but still you made it happen through the perseverance and through consistency. So that's a testament to all of you. Like, don't think that you can't do it because you're not talented. Hard work will get you there.
Ed Sheeran, right? Ed Sheeran,
The singer.
the
Yes,
singer,
yes, yes.
right?
Yeah.
He was not talented at all. He has a problem with like speaking.
Stutter. Yes.
Stutter.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then he made it through it. Listen to his first song. It was terrible.
Yeah.
But right now, he's pretty famous.
Oh, yeah,
right?
of course.
That's the great example of perseverance and
I'm pretty sure most of you know who Ed Sheeran is. So that lets you know, even if you're in the worst of circumstances as far as the beginning, you can make anything happen. So.
Yep.
So, you have been doing something that many people want to do in their life and they don't know how to do, but you've done it through perseverance and consistency again, which is building up a social media. And the special thing about that social media is you've utilized your ability, which is an amazing ability, to get up early every single day and turn that into a wave, a whole new trend on social media called the 5 a.m. message. How did that come about, and what was the idea creation of that like?
As you know, I love teaching, I love talking, I love communicating to people. And the idea was from one of my students. She was struggling with her morning routines. Always falling behind, always like rushing, right, and getting late. And I shared with her about my morning routines, and I asked about hers. And together we realized that the problem wasn't about waking up late. It was about getting up late. She would wake up early, but she spends like her morning mindlessly scrolling on her phone. And that is where my first idea came up of the 5 a.m. message. What if I created a platform for people to go and get some of the positivity and fresh energy in the morning? Because the first minutes of your day are important. It will set you, to the whole day, whether it's gonna be a good day or not. All depends on what you do in the morning. And if you just watch, scroll through like social media, getting a lot taking a lot of things to your mind, it's not gonna be a good day. You're gonna get late. You're gonna have some of the negative things happen in the day. So that's where the 5 a.m. message came up to me. And then after conducting this campaign, a lot of people sent me the message thanking me to help them have a more productive morning, even a better day. Then lately, as you may know, that I decided to turn this idea into a book. So it's not just about motivation, is also a learning tool where also people can get the hard copy. They can also get access to the English version, Vietnamese version. They can also have like 5 new vocabularies a day.
Wow.
Then they can also scan the QR code to hear me share the message personally. Right, so that's where the idea
very
came
thorough
up.
very thorough. That's amazing. So it's like you're bringing a positive reminder to people, like, hey, I'm up, I'm doing this, I'm thinking positively. Here is some positivity for you. And that's helping people feel that community of rising early, and getting after your day. I like that.
That's a sort of motivation for everyone to wake up early. I used to receive some of the comments like, after watching your video, I just I count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I get up. To face the day. That's the great source of motivation.
That's an amazing thing, because with TikTok, with all of these social medias, there's way more content that's not promoting that kind of vibration. They're promoting that scrolling, like you said. Like most of the time, most people phone right next to the pillow, pick it up, and boom, that might be the rest of the day. So that is a beautiful thing, that you're using social media to spread something that is different. And so just to get more detailed into it, the 5 a.m. message, the book is the messages that you've sent out, or
Exactly.
the messages that you created.
I sent out actually. That's the 365-day journey that I collected from the 5 a.m. message series, right? That's a series of my daily messages capturing in the early morning, usually with the sunrise. But then last month and a few months ago, winter time, so usually you see of the gloomy day. But then, mostly the messages are in the morning. The purpose is to spread the positivity for people to start their day with good intention.
Okay. And a lot of your 5 a.m. messages are written in nature. So what does that mean to you? What is the importance of that?
I mean, there is a strong connection between my messages and the nature, because I love nature. So being surrounded by the nature can actually help me reconnect with myself. I love going to the woods. I love wandering there, seeing the water flowing, the birds singing, the waves dancing, right? So that's where I can truly be myself. That's where I can actually be alive. So a lot of messages are from the nature, and I think that people may think relaxation is hanging out with friends, is partying, is trolling mindlessly through social media. But then for me, real relaxation is actually spending time in solitude with the nature. That's where you can be present. That's where you can do what you actually love doing. Like for me, I love journaling. I love observing my thoughts and my emotions, right? Reflecting on myself the day. So during the time, I'm not just writing. I'm actually returning to my inner self. That's where most of my ideas of the 5 a.m. message come up.
Wow. Okay. So you would say that silence, that time,
Exactly.
Just absorbing like the vibrations of nature, that allows you to come up with the best ideas.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I think that's something that people need to take into account. Maybe, when you're trying to build your business up, maybe when you're trying to come up with all these ideas for social media, don't go out to the party. Don't just scroll mindlessly to get those ideas. Maybe go out in nature, take a notebook with you, write some things down, and out of nowhere, the perfect idea for what you need to do will spawn. And I feel like that's very important because nowadays, with the advent of social media, most people are sitting inside all day, not really enjoying the fruits of this earth. They are just sitting there waiting for us to experience them. So I think that's an amazing thing that, through your whole day, you're able to get up early. You have a wife. You are doing all of these different things that many people would say, oh, I don't have time for. But you're still managing to have time to go have some solitude time, silence time in nature. So how do you manage that? Like, are you very scheduled with everything? Or like, because most people say, I don't have time for all this. So how do you do this?
So what do you have time for?
Yeah.
for mindlessly scrolling?
Exactly.
That's a good question. Thank you, Kai. It was hard. That's the hardest job I've ever done. Waking up early. It's even harder than picking up my wife at the first time.
Oh, okay. I'm sure that was a stretch, but you made it through.
Yeah. Waking up early for a few days is not a big deal. But then being consistent and, sticking to it for days or for months is a lot harder. It's a lot more challenging, right? But then you gotta be able to understand that other people can disrespect you. They can underestimate you. They can talk behind your back. But then you're gonna be the first one who respect yourself first. So if you made a promise to yourself, I know that a lot of motivation around you when you watch my videos or when you read a book, you're motivated first. And then you make a promise to yourself, oh, okay, tomorrow I gotta wake up early, I gotta go to the gym, I gotta do some sports. But then what's up tomorrow? You skip that because you know that nothing bad happens. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Just like laziness, right? Procrastination is just right there, right? But then if you can't even respect yourself, how do you expect others to respect you? And for me, I think that I've been maintaining the habit of waking up early for like almost 4 years actually.
Wow.
So if you ask me whether I like waking up early every day, I would say hell no. I mean, not every day, you know. Some days, you know, I don't even feel like getting out of bed. I mean, my wife is comfy, my bed is, you know, comfortable. I mean, like everything. So every day I wake up, you know, there's a little voice in my head telling me, Tommy, it's gonna be a long day, you need more sleep. It's pretty cold outside, you know.
We all have that
Sleeping.
voice.
You see, I call it as a demon you had.
Yeah.
But if you let that little voice, that demon win, you know what? It's gonna ruin your whole life. It's not just a day, right? It's gonna just weigh you down. So I respect myself enough to, you know, win that demon. So every morning when that little voice tries to stop me from getting up, I count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can do it, Tommy. Get up and do the things. And I feel like that's the best decision I've made the day.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you can push through it, if you can achieve the first hardest part of waking up early, your day is gonna go pretty well. And I experienced that. I know that like before you go into the gym, for sure that you don't
voice.
feel like it,
Yeah.
right? The little voice keeps telling you, stay at home, have some snacks and you know, watch Netflix. It's like there. But then after you go to the gym, you actually feel so much better. Just like waking up early, it will give you a sense of achievement.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then if you can win that little voice, you can win anything in your life.
You got the first win, so you get the rest of it.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. So you could live anywhere.
Uh-huh.
Why did you choose Da Nang?
Okay. I've been to a lot of big cities in Vietnam and around the Asia. But then Da Nang is still my favorite place actually. I don't call it as a city. I call it home actually.
Yeah, okay.
So number one, the cost of living here is not so high, it's reasonable,
It's
as you
amazing.
can see. That's why you stick here. You and stick here for like 7 years, right? Number two, you have everything here. The mountain, the beach, the modern city, you know, 30 minutes ride to Hoi An ancient town, an hour and a half to Hue City. You have everything here actually, so you don't need to go anywhere. Usually when I get stressed, at the end of the day, I go to the woods, right? Or even hit the beach, right? So you have everything here. Number three, the traffic here is manageable. People are nice, right? Along just only that reason, that will just like the only reason
faces.
to, exactly. So that's the reason why Da Nang is still my favorite place. A lot of young people like us, like Vietnamese people, they have a tendency of going like to the big cities. I know that there's you know, a lot of more job opportunities or like you're gonna go grow better there. But then for me, Da Nang is already good for me. A lot of new companies, you know, big international companies are moving to Da Nang, right? So I mean, that's good enough for me.
And you think they're moving here because they have the same like touch with the magic of here that we have?
Exactly. I can see a lot of you know, foreign people also. They have planned to stay here for pretty long. I think that's also the reason. You know, you can find everything here actually.
That's what happened with me and my family. I mean, we came here and we did not intend to stay forever. It was more of just visiting somewhere we had never been, and quickly fell in love with it, and that turned into living, and we have no plans to leave.
A lot of my friends share with me that you know, it's hard for them to find a quiet place in the big cities in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. So they see my videos of like the nature, usually like at the beach and the mountain. They told me that I wished I could live there actually, so I could wake up early. I could go to the nature actually.
I'm sure those beautiful sunrises will change anybody's mind.
Exactly.
Like you see that perfect like orange sun just rising up above the horizon.
I love that feeling actually. Sun gazing. That's something that you have just shared with me.
Yeah. We just went over that of doing like a little bit of meditation, sun gazing on the beach. If you've never tried it, try it. Like it'll open your mind,
trying.
open your day, give you the proper peace you need to make everything happen that you need to have happen in your day, in your life. And you were talking about the compounding effect of just getting those wins, like starting off with the win of even getting yourself out of bed, conquering that little voice, winning that little war in the mind that's like trying to get you to, you know, belittle yourself, like not be the fullest you could be. Yes. So do you think now you're embodying more and more of that self, the fullest you can be?
Actually, I'm still trying, but then I understand that consistency is the key to win anything in life. I know that that's the simplest thing that I can do to win any big project or big business in life. Right?
Is that consistency? Yeah.
That's consistency.
And I see that as time goes on, that's one of the more rare traits now, that somebody can do something consistently. Because even if you start on social media, I've seen many people start post, they get a few posts out and then one post goes crazy, but then those other posts don't start looking the same, they don't get the same views, and then fall off. So it's like you have to be able to persevere through all of that and just keep it moving the whole time. So I'm sure you've had periods of time of that, like of seeing zero views and still having to push through.
Of course. So. It's just like after a year, it's half of the year of running my 5 a.m. message campaign. There were some days when my video got no view, or even worse, some even left the negative comments. Hey Tommy, you got a vocal fry. It's disgusting. Hey Tommy, why you're Vietnamese but you keep showing off with your English? And Tommy, you've made a lot of mistakes in your grammar, in your pronunciation. You know, that let me down a little bit. I seriously thought about giving up at that time. But then meditation and journaling did help me a lot. I sit back quietly and I reminded myself why I started. At least I've made a few, you know, people's lives better.
And that goes back to that why.
Exactly. So I just like accept the fact that I cannot control what other people may say or may think about me, but I can control how can I, you know, respond to that, my attitude toward them. So remember that a lot of people may not value your product, but that should not be the reason why you stop trying, you stop going. You know, you are who you are, you do what you like, and you know how you do it, you know why you do it. That all matters.
That belief in self.
Exactly.
And belief in your idea. Once you have it, you just go.
Exactly.
You don't let anybody's comments, any external opinions get in there and stop you from thinking that you can do this.
Exactly. You're not a people pleaser.
Yes.
You're not here to try to fit into every box, right? You gotta be yourself. I mean, it's gonna be a sad story that you'll go into that one day.
Yeah.
Maybe right after tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. No one knows. But then, one day after you die, a lot of people may come and then they may cry. They may feel a little bit upset. 1 week after that, only your friends, your closest friends and your family will remember about you. What happens after 1 year? Nobody, right? Maybe your family, but then life
fades.
keeps going. People keep doing their work, right? So why wasting your time worrying about what other people may think or may say about you? this is your life, so you gotta be, responsible for that. Take control of the pen. You're the author of your book. Write your own story.
Yeah.
Fall, make mistakes, get up, go back, keep moving forward.
Write your own story. You
Take
are
control
the
of
author.
that pain.
Yes. Take control. Okay, so we'll wrap it up with one more good one. And if someone is listening right now,
Okay.
feeling stuck, whether in business, mindset, or life, what would you tell them?
I would say, just give it a try. You never know what life will offer. You never know. The most dangerous place that you can be is actually in your comfort zone. You may feel it's comfortable, you may feel it's easy, you don't need to even try. But then that's the most dangerous place. But then if you can push through that, you can take all the courage to step out of your comfort zone. That's where your growth truly begins. Understand that there will be challenges, there will be difficulties or problems. You can never avoid them. But then see them as opportunities to grow and learn. The setbacks, actually the setup. Challenges are actually opportunities for you to learn and grow. Remember your why.
Wow.
And be consistent with what you do. A lot of people may, quit after a few tries because nobody values and they can't see, the immediate results at the time. But then if you're consistent enough, if you can push through that pain, that challenges, right? You're not like other people. You're gonna get there. You're gonna get there in the end by one way or another. So just believe in yourself and keep trying.
Powerful message, powerful message. So that's all we have here for today. Beautiful things, beautiful gems dropped on all of your heads. And we will be getting back to you with more updates with Tommy. And have a great day.
Thank you so much for having me here, Kai.
Of course.
Have a great day.